Welcome back here to the TCG Remote Duel Invitational. We just had an exciting round one between Ryan Yu and his opponent Gage, and we also saw some action between Isala and Paul, where we had just stellar matchups: Dinosaurs, Eldritch, Ren Maju, a bunch of exciting decks. But we're gonna check out the Swiss round one results. Bunch of great action here. Aaron Furman taking down Thomas is a highlight. We saw Paul beat out Isala. Dakota Angeloff defeating Shun Ping 2-1. Also stellar, and then Cameron Neal defeating Boateng 2-1.
Yeah, definitely an exciting round one. Oh, sorry about that. Even though I wasn't there to watch, I was watching from the sidelines. You had 4 different players, 4 different decks, none of which were Emancipators, which I thought was going to be the most popular deck here this weekend. But great stuff for round one. But it looks like we're ready for round 2, Robbie.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting one. What makes you think that Emancipator would be the most popular deck in the tournament?
Well, I used the rocks to summon the rocks. Having the monster, those 2-card combos to be able to make such a big board turn one that your opponent's not going to be able to come back from. Combo decks like that usually see a lot of success, so I'd be surprised if they don't end up being victorious here this weekend. But it looks like round 2, we have Blair Hunter versus Ryan Levine. And I don't know, are we going to get to see the Emancipators yet? I don't think so. We might have to wait a little longer.
Yeah, if 1-card or 2-card combos were good for you, we're going to talk about 1-card combos here pretty soon with the Infernoble Knight deck. A bunch of cool things that strategy can do, super explosive. Also has some 2-card combos, but it's just a very exciting deck to see. Somewhere between like a Mermail deck plus, I don't know if you'd necessarily call it Emancipator, but the ability basically to rip cards out of your opponent's hand with things like the Smoke Grenade. Make it just a very powerful deck, and just getting new cards from Rise of the Duels and Toon Chaos, I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, certainly. I'm a big fan of Smoke Grenade with the Thief. Back in the day when I was a child, I used to play with that card. I always called it Smoke Grenade Hand Thief, because you use Gear Feed the Iron Knight, 3 copies of that, and it's like all of a sudden you're playing 4 confiscations in your deck. And now we have the Immortal Gear Freed in the same card. It's really cool to see the interaction, and the nostalgia really plays a huge factor for me in watching these matchups and getting excited for the duel.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like the big deck that I saw before using the Smoke Grenade was Inzectors, but that has been around for a minute. Now it's Infernoble Knights, but it looks like we're heading to our round 2. It's going to be a good one. We saw some great action round 1, and I'm sure it's going to be better here for round 2. At the top we have Blair Hunter, and at the bottom we have Ryan Levine.
Yep, certainly excited about this matchup. It looks like Ryan Levine is going to be using an Eldritch Dogmatica deck, which is fantastic. And it looks like Ryan won the die roll. Got the air handshake.
Yeah, we'll see exactly who will be going first shortly.
All right, stand by main phase.
Yep. Oh no, it looks like Blair is going to be going first.
Yep.
Special. Sure.
Ooh, is that a Super Quantum Red layer?
It looks like it might be, yes. Blair's feet a little bit smaller than the rest of them. It might be a little bit hard to see some of them, but that was a good spy on Quantum Red Layer. Oh, and looks like Fireflint or Lady to follow it up.
Activate Durandal.
So we got the Infernoble Knights coming down.
Sure.
Yep. I'm going to use Durandal next.
Yep.
Looked like he grabbed a copy of Renaud to his hand. Yep. Infernoble Knight Renaud.
Get the special from his hand, becomes a tuner.
Okay.
Yep. I really like how you get to see like the synchro summoning has really made a comeback. Link summoning was so dominant when it was released, but now you do all your Link summoning first, and then thanks to cards like Kriston, Halka Fibrax, and Link Ross into Auroradon, all you can do is synchro summon after that. Like synchro monsters have become really, really powerful again in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Definitely, yeah, and there's tons of new ones too, like the Ravenous Croco out of Eternity Code. There's just so many powerful synchro monsters now. And like you said, Link summon is very easy because you just need 2 monsters, but because there's just a variety of good leveled synchro monsters, synchro summoning can get pretty easy too. And then when you have enablers like Halka Fibrax out there, the world's your oyster.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then you have powerful synchro monsters like Borreload, Savage Dragon, and things. But dude, it does look like an Ash Blossom is coming down here to try and stop this Isolde from Blair. But he still has to pay the cost.
4 in hand, right?
4 in hand, yeah.
I'll triple tactics to look at the hand.
Ooh, has the triple tactics. Since his opponent activated a monster effect, he's going to be able to look at his opponent's hand and shuffle a card back into the deck. Oh, Pretty good hand here from Ryan Levine. Except for that O line. He has the Magician's Souls and the Cursed Eldan.
Magician's Souls to the grave. Oh, I'm sorry. Back into the deck.
It's the deck, right? It's not the grave.
Yeah, it's the deck.
Yeah, it's definitely the deck. It's the Forceful Sentry kind of effect. Triple Tactics Talent. It's one of those brand new cards that has 3 effects from previously forbidden cards. As long as your opponent activated a monster effect, you can choose between the 3 effects of either drawing 2 cards,
half is
looking at your opponent's hand, shuffling a card back, or taking control of one of your opponent's monsters.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting card. The direct comparison would be something like Called by the Grave, right? Which offers you similar ways to fight through your opponent's disruption on the first turn. Certain decks might prefer Called by the Grave when it's one effect they really want to get through. But if it's something where they can just keep on ramping out more things, Triple Tactics sounds sometimes a little bit better.
Yeah, certainly. And it also has that factor of going second, where your opponent has that established board, and let's say they have an Appaloosa, and they negate one of your effects. Well, now you have that Triple Tactics talent to either further break your opponent's board or draw into more cards to get your combo going.
Definitely. Yep. I didn't even mention that. It has a similar effect going second that makes it even more powerful, so you get a little bit more play than Called by the Grave might.
Definitely one of the coolest cards out of the newest set that I'm happy to see. I wonder, could you catch if it was one of the prismatic rarities? Or sorry,
Starlight
not
rares.
prismatic. Starlight rares. Prismatic is a completely different rarity.
Yep.
One of the new Starlight rares.
Yeah, I don't believe it was, but that would be exciting to see one, especially this weekend for how recently Rise of the Duels came out.
Normal Summon Ash.
Ooh, normal summon the Ash Blossom here. Just gonna use it for the body. Blair taking a second to think what he wants to do here with his board. We already saw the Link Cross come out and make some tokens. It's funny, you see cards like Link Cross and Auroradon, like cards that make summon more tokens are just so powerful in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now.
Yeah, we saw Ryan Yu use those tokens to a very good advantage in combination with Lost World.
Oh,
because
yeah.
they're normal monsters. So, yeah, he was basically able to access all of his dinosaur cards without even needing to draw a dinosaur, which was crazy. And Herald of the Arc Light comes down next as a synchro summon. Very powerful card.
Fiber. Oh, how could Fibrax?
Deceptively powerful.
Activate effect.
Certainly. Here comes the Hauka Fibrax. Going to summon that tuner from his deck.
See which one he chooses here.
It's going to be
Jet Synchron.
Yeah, and I was playing with the Elders deck a little bit, like when it first came out, and when I realized when Chris on Hauka Fibrax came out and what just one Jet Synchron can accomplish you, it's just phenomenal. The card has gone from okay to like one of the best cards in the game. Here comes Auroradon.
Sure. The departure of Globe Bulb as well. Someone had to fill the role.
And he definitely filled it
Jet
well.
Synchron,
And having cards like Tuning to be able to search it, having basically 6 copies to be able to get instantly in your opening hand for that summon is just great. And Auroradon is responsible for the summoning of like 5 additional monsters because you get those tokens, you get the O-line from your deck, and if you have the Despot in your grave, you're able to summon that back to the field when you summon multiple machine tokens at the same time.
Yep.
I always thought Mecha Fanabe's Draco Sack was never going to find a Mecha Fanabe's that might be better than him, but Auroradon might take that title.
Yeah. O-line's no slouch either, though, but mostly because of in combination with the cards like Hauka Fibrax and Auroradon.
Yeah, certainly.
Roland Chainlink 1, O-line Chainlink 2.
Roland coming down.
Sure.
Yep. Gonna also use the effect of O-line to get a token.
Yep, gets the token. He's gonna be able to search his deck at the end phase. And Roland, see what he decides to do with his Roland, is also a tuner. Now, the Auroradon locks you into Synchro Summoning for the rest of the turn, but that's not a problem for Infernoble Knights.
Definitely not.
Omega. Okay.
Ooh, there we go. Cypherame Omega.
Phoenix Blade. Banish a Red Layer and Lady.
Yeah. It's so cool to see Divine Sword Phoenix Blade also making it keeps coming back. I mean, it's always with these soul, being able to dump it into your graveyard so fast and just get that free card back to your hand by banishing the 2 warriors.
Yeah, the combinations of strategies I was trying to think about before was Mermail and Goki. That's what Infernoble Knight feels like, with Isolde and the Divine Sword combos. But you're still just able to rip so many cards out of their hand between things like Neospatian Aquadolphin sometimes, Cypherame Lord Omega, the Smoke Grenade.
Proceed to end phase.
They're definitely similar to the Goki strategy you're talking about, but no topological Gumblar Dragon anymore. Thank goodness.
Yeah,
Look, is he doing the end phase search or is he using the Charles effect?
And then Charles effect.
Oh no, here comes the Charles effect.
Yep.
He added that Immortal Gear for his hand. Charles is going to equip the Smoke Grenade of the Thief.
Yes. Monsters. It is monsters.
Yeah, only monsters.
Yes.
Can answer a quick question for the feature match judge real fast.
Where do
Gonna
you
quick-
want
Half is
Equip the
fine.
monster from his deck.
activate Charles effect?
Yep.
Pop smoke grenade,
Charles just
and then
one of
smoke
the
grenade
best
effect.
cards to come out recently. So powerful,
Menacing
able to
the
use
Lord.
equip cards to rip cards out of your opponent's hand. Thanks to the Smoke Grenade
Lord.
of the Thief.
Yeah.
Well,
Little
Yeah.
that's
confiscation-esque effect. Look at your opponent's hand.
And now he's just
And
gonna put
will pass turn.
Levine down to 2 cards, drawing to 3.
Not how you want to start a duel off when it's your turn. Normally that reprieve, you get that
activate
extra
first
card for
item.
going second, right? But it does not feel that way here for Ryan.
No response.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's a good card there, Curse Eldrin.
Yeah.
Hey,
As your
8
second
feels
element,
great.
I was hoping you negate that one.
Nope.
Alright.
But it's not going to be enough here. And after a great start from Blair Hunter, Ryan Levine's going to
very
take.
good.
Ryan Levine's going to lose game 1 to Blair
Yeah.
Hunter with Infern Noble Knight deck, showing the power of
good.
Infern Noble Knights when they
Yes.
go first.
Definitely quick concession there. But yeah, we saw exactly what this deck is built to do. Just synchro summon a bunch, link summon into synchro summons, rip some cards out of your opponent's hand, and establish a board that's just really hard to beat,
Yeah, it's
especially
great.
on
And
that
Blair,
few of cards.
yep, certainly. And Blair's showing he knows what to do with the deck, not taking too much time to think about his plays. He's like, I've been playing this since it came out. I'm a pretty good pilot. That's the thing. All the players here this weekend are top-notch duelists and top-notch content creators. You guys have been watching on YouTube, so you know they know their stuff. So, but since there's so many good duelists in such a small amount of rounds, who knows who's actually gonna be able to take it? They're gonna need a little bit of luck on their side.
Yeah, no, definitely. Luck and skill are definitely a good combination, right? You need a bit of both to win out, especially in a tournament like this. It's exciting, too, to see that there's so few players. You know, we only have 16 in total, but there's so many different strategies represented, right? Like, we saw
Yep.
four different decks, I think, in the first 2 feature matches we saw round 1. Then we have another one here with the Infern Noble Knights. It looks like the Eldritch deck might be a little bit similar to the trap-heavy versions we had seen earlier, but I think it still has its own twists and turns. So
Right, yeah, it is
it's
definitely
just exciting to
unique.
see.
Yeah, a lot of diversity. And still no Adamantipator, so I might have been off on guessing that. It was just surprising to me, but we'll have to wait and see. Let's see. The players are going to be side decking. Ryan's going to be choosing to go first, right? What do you think he side decks? Probably not too much. Maybe Blair's going to put in all the cards going second. He doesn't really know. Well, he knows what his opponent's playing because he got to look at his hand. So you can't even keep that a secret from the Infern Noble Knights, which is pretty good advantage.
Yeah, I think the big thing about Eldritch is that it's designed to go first, right? Because you're just such a trap-heavy strategy that usually your side deck will lend to going second, right? So it
Right.
probably won't change too much out of there. Just taking a look at it for a moment, he has cards maybe like Token Collector. He could add in some extra points of interaction with things like Token Collector, or maybe even I don't know, some extra
Maybe-
spell and trap card for Cosmic Cyclone. That might interact well with the Noble Arms cards. But I think
Maybe
in
Call by the
general,
Grave.
yeah, possibly. Yeah, it's more points of interaction, I guess, but it's kind of hard when your deck is already so well built for going first. But we'll just have to see exactly how it works out.
Yep. Meanwhile, Blair's side deck has a lot of stuff for going second. You got cards like Nibiru, Lightning Storm, Dino Wrestler, Prank Toss probably not going to see come in, but I don't know if you can put those cards in against Eldritch because they're not that great if all they have is the Golden Lord and maybe the set Conquistador. It's kind of hard, but that's why these decks are so good because they're not easily. You can't just put in all these cards are going in. They're going to completely shut your strategy down. It's really not like that. You have to just make the cards that make your deck just a little bit better, maybe a little more favored. But there's no shut down, knock you out, you can't play the game. Really, cards in
Yeah.
the side deck.
Yeah, a lot of the times it's kind of removing what cards might just be the worst in the matchup for cards that are a little bit more optimal, right? Rather than having those silver bullets that usually exist, especially against combo strategies. The thing about Eldritch is there's so many different ways to play it, right? Like we saw the Numeron version last round. This one is probably more of a synchro heavy version. So in that way, you might side some cards that beat the Eldritch half, but then you can just get comboed out by the Synchron half. And that might just be how the cookie crumbles, especially when they also get to play cards like the Dogmatica engine.
Yeah, the Dogmatic is just recently coming out. Another 7-card engine you can put into your deck on top of what you already got going on, which is what we see here with the Eldritch deck. Because they're all just one card. Here's my full combo. I just need my Golden Lord. I can have a guy you can't deal with. I just need Jet Synchron, Here's my full board. I have. Let's see if he's using the VF or the True King of All Calamities. Maybe. I don't know. They're shuffling up. Finally, we're ready for game 2 of round 2 of the Yu-Gi-Oh TCG Remote Duel Invitational.
Having a little bit of a flashback from a couple weeks ago. Over
Yeah,
there, huh?
I'm still in the Duel Links Invitational. I had so much fun. I haven't left yet.
We'll do 5 from time.
Yeah, that one was very exciting to watch as well. So we're gonna start with tuning. You mentioned right here having just so many copies of Jet Synchron in your deck.
No, the Jet Synchron.
Yep, tuning, getting that Jet Synchron. So now he already has a full combo with just that one card.
And puts another one in his graveyard with the effect of tuning.
Normal summon Jet Synchron.
Solid mill. Not a trap. You didn't really mill like an Eldritch Trap or something. Maybe you could banish at the end phase instead of another trap. But, you know, at least it's not something too useful. So Jet Synchron coming down, going to be linked away. Or Link Haribo.
Effective Jet Synchron. Sorry,
Yep,
just
let's
thinking
see what
about
he-
this card.
Yeah, so this is why Jet Synchron is so good, because he is a tuner that turns into a Link monster, and then you can summon himself back from the grave with his own effect, and then you have the materials necessary to make Kristan Hauke 5-Rax.
Yep. Just
Sync
one
then
card
that's
doing
the
that too.
Link summon.
Yep, and we see him discard a
Five
golden
Rax.
land trap, I believe, so he'll be able to banish that at the end phase to set
Effective
an
5-Rax.
elixir from his deck.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
having enablers too for discarding these Golden Land, Eldritch, like whatever strategy you're playing, just another a lot of
bonus.
sides of downside. Yeah, a lot of times you think discarding a card is going to be a downside, but because these cards just replace themselves basically for free by banishing, it's a big game.
Yep, lots of
Lets you get
synergies
your
there.
engine going. Yep.
Oh, Link summon.
O-line
Link
coming
Cross.
down from the deck.
Effect to make 2 tokens.
Hauke 5-Rex into Link Cross. Going to make the 2 tokens since Hauke 5-Rex was a Link rating of 2.
Okay.
Ooh, it looks
Started
like he
with
has
one monster.
Yeah, start with one monster. Now has 3, and it's
Sync
gonna keep
summon.
going, especially with that O line. But he looks like he's using one of the double-sided art cards from Legendary Duel Season 1 as one of his
Archer.
tokens. I love those. They're super
yeah, it
cool
looks
looking.
really
The
cool.
Jesse
Effective
Anderson one, yeah.
Marcher.
It reminds me of something I would have got back in the
O-line,
90s, like something
and
really
then,
cool. I used
Yes,
to like
yes.
kid.
O-line to make a token.
Yeah, the puzzle pieces definitely give you that bit of nostalgia, and then having just like these cool designs with the foiling on the front, I think is extra special too. I think they came out very well.
I can also agree with that. So O-line coming back, more synchro summoning.
Remember to put the token out the graveyard.
Oh,
And make that
thank you.
Herald Arclight.
Thank you. Sorry. Now
You can't have the token in the
I'll
graveyard.
make barricade board blocker.
Ooh, Barricade Board Blocker coming
with
down.
one cross and a token.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll make
Gotta make it on your step on your way.
effect to make tokens.
So you can make a Rorodon.
And summon some more tokens.
Effective
Just
Rorodon.
so
So
awesome.
you-
Rorodon, just
two
one of those cards you read and you're like, wait, it does all of this? This is so crazy. But in there's restrictions, like not even too bad. Like at first reading, like, oh, I can like normally when you're reading a card, it's like, oh, you can only do this for the rest of the turn. You can only summon this kind of monster this turn. But when it's just synchro summoning and you're starting with a bunch of tokens, that's not too big of a restriction.
Yeah, definitely not. Especially in how these decks are built now, where because of the official rules
half
update,
the time.
you can just do so much in terms of synchros, not needing to be locked under the extra monster zone or needing to rely on
Synchro summon.
link monsters.
Yeah, the rule change really opened up a lot
Sorry,
of different combos and made a lot of different decks have a lot of
Mm.
access to their extra deck, which is really cool.
Yep.
For Boros.
Definitely makes for some
Uh,
exciting
effects.
duels.
How many cards in here right now?
Definitely. Yeah, there's certain strategies that I think just wouldn't be the same without it too now. And it's just so awesome to see them
Rorodon.
be able to compete because of that rules
Or
change.
Equip a Rorodon.
Definitely made a big boost to synchro. So
There
the
you
Burl
go.
Savage is going to equip a Rorodon.
Set 1
So he's already got a couple negates here.
and end phase. I'll activate Aquero.
All right.
Along with any card that Blair uses will be banished thanks to Herald Arclight.
Sorry, got my paper right here. Oh, okay, Sanguine. Perfect.
And he's going to use, yep, looks like he got Sanguine. Yep. Going to get
All right, and then half again.
Sanguine set
Half
in
is
the
fine.
end phase thanks to banishing, I believe it was Aquero.
Draw.
I believe it
Standby
was.
phase.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of the Eldritch deck. If I were to play right now, I would definitely be playing the Golden Lord. with the Synchro
Yeah,
engine. But see, I would want to do. There's a way you can use Librarian and Formula Synchron with just one jet Synchron, and I'm all about that. That's my stuff. So that's
Two in
definitely
hand,
the way
right?
I would go. But
in hand, yeah.
this board is pretty good and hard to argue with for sure.
Yeah, TG Hyper Librarian, one of those very powerful synchro monsters that has made its way on and off the Forbidden Limited list a few times.
Yep.
Gives you flashbacks of summer 2011.
Yeah, even back the
Run that
beginning of
activate Lineage
2011.
of Chalice.
It's so good. All right, looks like we got an activation here coming from Blair.
I'll ash that.
Okay.
Ryan got all the stops. He has an Ash Blossom in his hand, so doesn't even have to use any of the negates he has on the board.
Yeah, still has these 2 points of interaction in addition to his set card.
Special summon Pankratops.
Ooh, he did sight in the Prankertops,
Sure.
so it looks like it's coming to the field. One of my favorite cards. So powerful. I just like cards that do so much on their own that don't need anything else to help it. And Prankertops is definitely one of those cards. It's actually good at dealing with this board right here because he'll be able to attack over the Herald, maybe. Yep,
Sure.
gonna
Yeah,
go to
looks
battle
like it.
phase. And then
Basically
try and
gets
force
rid
out.
of-
Main phase 2.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
Can get rid of the Herald, which is 1 point of interaction, and then
Prankertops
can try to force out the
pop
Savage
Duel
Dragon.
I'll attempt to negate.
Okay.
Yep, so there we go. So we saw one card get 2 negates, so definitely making up for its value there.
Lightning Storm on the back row.
Ooh,
Ooh, that's big.
wow. Wow, forced out the
Chain
negates, and then he's
Satan.
Harpy's Feather Duster. I'll pick your back row, destroy all your spell and trap cards since I don't control any
Sure.
cards.
Yeah, Levine's
Chain
face there
Satan.
said it all, for sure, when he got hit with the Lightning Storm.
Yeah, definitely showing some of the cards he side decked in here.
Looks like he's losing punishment.
What's he gonna summon a Sanguine? Oh, look, it's the Golden Lord.
And 1 card in hand, right?
One in hand, yes.
And then half is fine.
That's always scary when your opponent's like, you only got 1 card in hand, right? Yeah, it's just one. It's always a scary question.
Special summon.
See how
Red
Blair
Lady.
navigates the rest of his turn. Oop, we got Super Quantum Red Layer, another special summon
Normal
from the hand.
summon OGA.
Yep. And then Ogier gonna follow it up.
I'm not going to use the effect.
Okay.
Isola.
Oop, Link summon here for Isolde.
Effect is search.
Showing that he can still, after a great opening here from Levine, Blair using his side deck cards to take control of the situation and still try and combo off here.
And effect to.
Yeah, it really
send
showcases
to-
just how
Yep.
strong this Infernoble Knight deck is, and why I would prefer cards like the Triple Tactics.
Yeah, Triple Tactics Talent. I was wondering like what impact it was going to have. It was just going to be like one of those cards is like, oh, it has a cool effect, but it's not really finding its way into my deck. But we see here one of the top duelists using it
Link.
effectively.
Yep.
Not in this
Yep.
game, but in game 1, it was
Link
still
cross effect.
the fact that it's even included means that he has made that decision that is good enough to be there.
Definitely. Link Cross comes down next, giving him 2 more tokens. Special summon to the field. He's going to use 1 alongside the red layer.
Marcher effect on Gimba.
Yep.
Let's see.
Sorry, that wasn't red layer. That was Gimba.
Oh, it was Gimba.
Tatsunoko.
Tatsunoko. Let you synchro from your
Synchro.
hand.
Mhm.
There's the red layer.
Then
You
Savage.
got Boral
His own
Savage
copy
Dragon.
of Savage Dragon. Yep. Uses its effect. Gets the E-Soul equipped.
You can see him
Uh,
link
how to find
away
Rex
the
effect.
Link Ross. No.
Okay.
And then Hauka Firex after the Link Ross. Some Jet Synchron from his deck. Seen both players utilizing the power of Jet Synchron.
Roar down effect.
And this is all after he was able to break Ryan's board thanks to Dino Wrestler Prinkertops and Lightning Storm.
Rordon.
Yeah.
See what he decides to summon here off of Auroradon. Probably Mecha Fanabe's O-Lion. Yep, and there it is.
Gonna use it
Super.
alongside a token.
A level
Roland,
3
Chain
token.
Link 1, O-Line, Chain Link 2.
Sure.
Gonna get that search in the end phase thanks to Roland.
Phoenix Blade.
Mm-hmm.
Get some extra value of the Phoenix Blade as well.
2 red layers.
Oh yeah, he did have 2 red layers. Gonna banish 2 red layers. To add back Divine Sword, Phoenix Blade. And a Synchro Summon coming down, probably for Charles. Nope, Omega.
Jet.
Okay, yeah, he likes to go Omega first. Yep, he's gonna discard that Phoenix Blade he added back to summon back the Jet Synchron.
Cool combo right there. It's a little interaction, get him a little bit more value, make that Jet Synchron absolutely free.
Now Blair has already used his battle phase, so let's see what he decides to do. Oh, is that a level 9 Synchro?
What's all in your graveyard? I'm sorry.
Charles
Have,
coming
Jet
down.
Synchron, Sanguine. That's it. Yeah, Jet Synchron.
No, he did it.
Sanguine,
He
and
activated
2
the
life cards in my
Sanguine
graveyard.
this turn, so he's
Okay.
not going to be able to banish it from his grave to set a
Omega,
trap.
Put back the Sanguine.
Okay.
I mean, it's not even going to be in his graveyard because he's going to shuffle back the Omega. You shuffle back the Sanguine back into the deck, so we won't have to worry about that in the future.
OGA effect.
Yeah.
On
How many
Charles.
would you like to cut? Just half.
Half is fine. Charles.
You see, if I was telling my opponent how to
Popcorn
cut, I would be picking
Popcorn
just the
effect.
most obnoxious numbers, like 13, 17, 11.
And tip to enter in phase.
Yeah.
Roland. Resolving
Mhm.
Roland.
In phase, Roland's going to search here. Let's see what he decides to grab. So Blair definitely showing the power of side decking cards like Prinker Tops and Lightning Storm to break your opponent's board and still be able to full combo and establish your board going into your
Yes,
opponent's
yes.
second turn.
And Charles.
And gets that Immortal Phoenix Gearfried. The Immortal Phoenix Gearfried is another one of those cards, like the Prinker Tops and like so many other ones, that they're just so strong by themselves. They have their own ability, summons themselves. It has monster removal. It has effect negation. It has everything you really want in a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
And where'd you like to cut?
Definitely just
About
does
half is good.
a lot for very little.
And I will pass turn.
All right.
There's
Charles.
4
turned
totally
all-
good cards on them.
All right, passing to Ryan. Ryan only had 1 card, drawing to 2. Let's see. He's going to need to do something here because if Blair takes this game, the round will be over and Blair will move on 2-0 and
Yep.
halfway through the tournament, and that's
Active
huge.
effect of Jet Synchron.
He also still has the Roland in his graveyard, correct? So he can use that during his opponent's turn, equip it to the Charles, destroy a monster thanks to Charles' effect.
Yep, certainly.
Or destroy
point
a
of
card,
interaction.
actually, not even just a monster. But yeah,
Sanguine.
having additional points of interaction just that
The
come up because of your combo are
effect is
incredible.
fine.
Yeah, why not? Just a bonus.
Yeah.
Jet Synchron's effect coming down here.
I'm thinking on the
Discarding
I'm thinking on
Sanguine?
the summon, the actual summon.
Sure. It's fine.
I wonder if he drew back the same Sanguine that Omega
activate
shuffled back
Roland
into his
graveyard.
deck.
Okay.
That would have been funny. That always, I feel like that would happen to me after like a pot of avarice or something. I
Charles
draw into
effect.
like 2 of the monsters I shuffled back. I'm like, dang,
Pop the Jet
this
Synchron.
isn't what I was looking for.
It always hurts the most.
Hmm.
So it looks like he will use that effective Roland, equip it to the Charles.
All right.
And then, yeah, that's the concession.
And that's it. Just like that, Blair Hunter is going to take round 2 and move on 2-0 halfway through our 4 rounds of Swiss at the Yu-Gi-Oh! Remote Duel Invitational.
Yeah, but we
Big-
saw. You could go ahead.
Oh, big congrats to Blair Hunter. Look at him. He's a master. He didn't just win. He went first, showed it off his deck, one going first, ripping cards out of his opponent's hand. Went second, faced down a pretty formidable board. Yeah, he knows that. He knows what he did. A formidable board, but had Breaker Tops, Lightning Storm, full combo, navigated it perfectly, stopped his opponent. Big congrats to Blair.
Yeah, really just getting to see that Infernal Knight deck pop off, right? Does everything he wants, rips cards out of his opponent's hand, can break big boards, really takes advantage of new cards like Triple Tax's Talent. Just this perfect mix from, you know, Rise of the Duels, Toon Chaos. The deck is so cool. And I'm so excited to finally see a Noble Knight deck use Isolde.
Yep, me too.
Yep.
We're going to be sticking around and jumping into another game, so don't go anywhere.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG Remote Duel Invitational. We just had an exciting matchup between Blair Hunter using his Infernal Knight deck and Ryan Levine playing Eldritch. Got to see a lot of cool combos, a lot of cool interactions. Any big takeaways from that match, please?
Blair Hunter is now my favorite to win this tournament because he was facing down a board, was able to break it, didn't let it deter him, but we are ready to jump into another match of two titans. Aaron Furman, Cody Angeloff, YCS champion, UDS champion, versus YCS champion / NAWCQ champion. Both players who competed at the World Championship. They're both mainstays on the YCS scene. Let's see how they're doing.
Yeah, it looks like Angeloff is already pressing forward. He uses Unexpected Die to summon Beta, the Magnet Warrior, being a rock monster, so that he can summon Link Spider. And if the rock didn't tell you already, Angeloff is going to be playing Adamancipator.
Finally, we get to see the Adamancipators, and it looks like he is using the normal monster Unexpected Die version with stuff like Angel Trumpeteer, so he's able to easily go into Kriston Hauka Fibrax.
Yep, Hauka Fibrax comes down. He's going to use its effect to special summon a tuner monster from his deck. Gets Mecha Phantom Beast O-Line. We've seen this before. He's going to use the Hauka Fibrax to link summon another monster, likely Link Cross. Its effect will net him some tokens.
Yep, and looks like he's going to Synchro, or did he link them away? Oh, Synchro, yep.
Yep, Martial Metal Marcher.
And then some more summoning. Let's see where he ends up deciding to go with this. The cool thing about Adamancipators is they summon so many monsters, and they remind me of like Morphtronics, where their monsters can reveal more cards on the top of your deck to keep summoning more monsters. But the difference is that with Link monsters, their ending board can be so much stronger. They start with like 1 or 2 cards, end up with this full board, full like hand of cards, using cards like Block Dragon to add all 3 different rock type monsters to your hand. It's definitely my deck to watch here this weekend.
Yeah, super helpful that most of their monsters are also tuners. So they just get these incidental buffs like being able to be brought back by the Martial Metal Marcher, or just allowing you to go into Hauka Fibrax very quickly.
Certainly. And let's see if she's going to go here into Cerebus. Straight into Unicorn. Can use Unicorn's effect. He wants to take something out of... so Furman already had a turn. We see a ton of cards in his grave. He's going to probably put... See what he decides to put back into his deck with the Unicorn.
It looks like we might actually be seeing a quick end to this match very soon here, because this looks like it is Duel 2 that Angeloff is already up 1.
And he's going to go in that access code talker. He's going to be big enough. Oh, yeah, Furman only has the 4,000 life points. With the boost to access code talker, that's just going to be it. He's going to be able to attack for game here.
That is a bit rough, but that's just how it's going to be, I guess. We see another combo deck just pop off. I guess that we didn't get to see much of that game, but it looks like things kind of grinded down a bit, that Angeloff was able to work through the Numeron cards that Furman had access to, in addition to his just Eldritch grind engine, and eke out a win with Adamancipator.
Yep. Big congrats here to Cody Angeloff. He's been moving on 2-0 with only 2 more rounds to go. 4 rounds of Swiss before we cut to a top 4 that will be coming back tomorrow to play off for the title of King of Games.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. I'm really excited to see how this top 4 shapes up. We've seen some devastating matches. It seems like a combo's been getting a bit of the edge so far in this tournament, but we also saw unexpected decks like Gren Maju, just take out wins against just control-heavy strategies. So we'll have to see how things work out as the the bracket continues to shape up.
Yep, certainly. Been exciting matches so far. We have more exciting matches to come. Stick around, and we'll be back with more awesome Yu-Gi-Oh! Remote Duel Invitational action.